That's one way to start a video.
Well, hello, and welcome to Topics, where we go over random topics. My name is Big Blue, and today's topic will be about
When and where did April Fools start?
since April Fool's is coming up in a few days, why not go over it? If you don't know, April Fool's is always on the first day of April. It's a day where people get to enjoy pranks and just pull pranks on each other. When it comes to us railway engines on April Fools, our crew helps us pull these pranks on each other. Last year, one of my closer friends, Johnny, and his crew pulled a prank on Philip. The night prior, they had filled up his water tanks all the way with water. It might seem like a kind gesture until you realize once they turned the tap, it overflowed. During the same year, he and his crew pulled another prank on Eagle. Johnny's crew had put a crate of eggs behind Eagle the night prior. Eagle's crew had found the crate of eggs, and won't you believe it? Eagle was not pleased. You could say Johnny is basically the king of pranks on this railway. Now on to the topic of April Fools. Nobody truly knows when it started. It's a really widely debated sort of question, but here's a few theories that people came up with. The more widely accepted theory goes a little like this. Around the 1500s, no specific date really, so just assume April 1st, in France, when the Julian calendar was replaced by the Gregorian calendar. The old Julian calendar began the year on April 1st, but with the new current Gregorian calendar, the new year was to begin on January 1st. Back then, news did not travel fast, so you can kind of see what happens when those two things mix. People who continued celebrating the New Year's on April 1st were known as April Fools. Some people believe that April Fools started because of a Hilaria festival. A Hilaria festival is where people dress up as a different person and try their best to mock that person they are dressed as. This specific festival was held during March 25th. In Roman terms, it was called the 8th of the Calends of April, I believe. I don't really understand how March 25th and April 1st are related. Another theory as to how it started was from around the year 1390, in a poem called Nun's Priest Tale. It tells a story where a rooster by the name of, I'm probably going to butcher this, Chanticleer, is pranked by a fox. The fox almost eats the rooster but doesn't. In the poem, there is a quote that makes some people believe that this was the start of April Fools. Saint March began 30 days and 2. The 32nd of March. But because there is no such thing as 32 days in March, people believe that the poet was talking about April 1st. Well, another theory that people believe goes back to when the king of the Roman Empire, Constantine, was asked by a group of jesters if one of them could be appointed the king for the day. Constantine agreed, and the jester believed to be named Kugel was made king for the whole day. The other jesters were, of course, jealous, but at least their plan had worked. Kugel decided that the day he was made king would be a day of fun jokes, that being April 1st. One of the last popular theories people believe starts around 1508 in France. Man, the fact that most of these happen in France is really interesting. Anyways, in France, the spring started during April. The spring was a really popular time to catch fish because lots of fish came to the shore. Those fish that were caught were known as April fish. Those are really some foolish fish. I'm sure I have just a little bit of extra time before my guards whistle to tell you guys about some well-known pranks that were pulled. One of the most famous and more well-known pranks was pulled by the BBC in 1957. They had made a documentary on where spaghetti comes from and how it's harvested. They pretended that there was an Italian spaghetti harvest season, where they picked spaghetti noodles off of trees. In 2008, the BBC made a documentary about flying penguins. Passengers traveling to Los Angeles on flights were once greeted with, "Welcome to Chicago," in 1992. The CBS recorded the whole thing. In 1996, Taco Bell claimed that they had purchased the Liberty Bell and renamed it Taco Liberty Bell. Not really sure if this one is true. In 1997, the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek, and the host of Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak, swapped places. Well, that's what Jeopardy.com claims. And in 2015, Netflix made a Fox public announcement reminding people to binge responsibly. As in, if you're going to watch, do it right. Now, how is it done around the world? Well, over in France, people will stick paper fish to your back, so you better watch out. In Latin America, you have 2 chances in the year to prank others. One during April 1st, obviously, and one during December 28th. I'm probably going to butcher pronouncing this, but it's called El Dia de los Inocentes, or Day of the Innocents. In Brazil, April Fool's is called Dia das Mentiras, or Day of Lies. In one part of Spain, they have a food fight during the Day of the Innocents. In Iran, it's treated more like a festival, sort of like the Hilaria Festival. In Scotland, they stretch it out by 2 days, so you got 2 back-to-back chances of pranking others. The first day is called Gawk Day, where they go ahead and prank gawks. No, not the birds. Gawk is slang for idiot. The second day is called Talil Day, I think. Oh no. People go around trying to pin a tail on you, so watch out when you go to Scotland. Poland celebrates it the same way as most pro-April Fool's areas. What makes this one special, however, is how they have a special parting phrase. Prima Aprilis I'm not going to be saying that. Just put it on the screen. It means April Fool's Day. Be careful. You can be wrong. All in all, April Fool's is a great time to pull pranks. That's what it's most known for anyways. I have a question for you guys. Can you figure out which of the facts I mentioned was fake? Only one of them is false. Good luck finding it. If you find it, put it down in the comments. Oop, that's my guard's whistle. See you guys next time. Ah, bugger.